Oh, hi there. I was just out in the garden pulling weeds, and I thought I'd make a video something about the radishes and the carrots and... Oh, wait a minute. Holy guacamole. Some strawberries. I guess I should make some jam. Here we are at Duggan's farm, Lake Country, BC. You pick strawberries. Adam, are you finding any strawberries?
Yep. I got a bunch.
Here are the basic ingredients. Strawberries. No, they weren't foraged for exactly. They're from a local you-pick strawberry place, Duggan's Farms. The jars, the equipment, the sugar, water bath pot, and just one thing to say that is a controversial topic. I reuse the lids. You just look at them. You can tell that the band has been used, but are there any marks or any damage in it? That one has a little spot there, so maybe I would not use that one. But another one, just look at them. Are they rusted? Are they cracked? Are they damaged? This one, the band all around, I don't see any damage in the band. You know, it's not 100% perfect, but I would use it and I've never had a problem. Here's what I do to sterilize my jars. I wash them by hand just in regular hot soapy water, and then I'll put them in the water bath and boil them in the water bath so they're sanitized. And we have very hard water here, so I add just some vinegar to the water. I don't measure it, just pour a bunch in until I figure that's enough. And that'll make it so the jars don't get all cloudy and covered in crud.
Daddy, can I be in the video?
I've got the jam jars in the hot water bath, and they'll stay in there until they boil, and that's how I sterilize them. And over here, I have two sinks, so I use the two sinks. Wash them twice. I wash them first here, then move them into the next one where they get washed again. If you only had one sink, you could just drain it and then refill it. Strawberries. Basically quartered. I always forget to do this. Well, not always. I often forget. You should crush them one layer at a time, but I forget and I just get going to cutting the strawberries, and here I am. So, crush them, add the pectin. I'll add the pectin and then crush it into it. And what I've used, I always go over on fruit. You make the fruit to sugar ratio a little higher. So here I've got about 10, 10 or 11 cups of fruit. The recipe calls for 9, and I did stick with the regular amount of sugar, 14 cups of sugar. So now the strawberries are about smashed, and I've added the pectin in, and I add butter. That's more than what recipes call for, but I figure it's butter, so what the heck, why not? And here are the jars, and they're boiling now. So what I'll do is I'll just turn it down and let it sit until I'm ready to put it in, because now they're sterilized, they're boiling. So this is on a pretty high heat, and as long as I'm watching it, I keep it on a high heat and smash it, crush it until probably about this consistency, because I don't mind chunky jam. Now, it's at a boil on high heat, and as long as you've got it on high heat, you should pretty much always try to keep it moving, or maybe let it go down if you're going to let the heat go. Just don't want to get it don't want it to burn. So I just turned it down a little because I'm going to add the sugar. And I don't have 3 hands, so hopefully this works. This is how I add the sugar. Just keep stirring while adding. You can have the heat up on high because it drops the temperature again, adding the sugar. Stir it in. Now I'll have to bring it back to another boil and let it boil for a minute. A hard boil for a minute. Here's the canning part. So these have been boiling, so I consider them sanitized, and I don't know what else it would take other than boiling to do it. So, and also here, this has been sitting for 5 minutes, and then you stir it, and I'll mix it up as I scoop it out. You won't be able to see it, but I stir around, and then I scoop out. And then these 3 came out of the boiling pot, and I have the lids and bands over here. They're all clean. I washed them before and I've kept them there. Managed to keep the children away enough so that they're still clean. Generally, here's how it goes. This is the most important of all along. It should be, everything should be as clean as it can be. And this is the most important part. So anytime I touch anything else, I'll wash my hands, or everything here has been sanitized. I'm just going to show one because I think you'll get the gist of it. We go to the bottom. Here there's a, I don't know, a line. Go to that. What I do, this is a clean, clean wet cloth, and I wipe along the top to make sure there's nothing on the glass at the top, so then you'll get a good seal. It'd probably be a good idea to wear some gloves or something, but I just do this to myself. Lid, band, squeeze. Doesn't have to be super tight. Ouch! And then I'll put it back in the water. This is what the top of the bands should look like. I like to use a wet cloth to wipe it because it makes it easier for me to see. It kind of shines. There's nothing on the top of the band, so they should seal as long as you screw it on tight. After sealing, back into the hot water bath, and this is how you tell it's boiling again, the steam. So what I do, I turn it down 6 or so, turn it down, turn on the timer, 10 minutes. Jars come out on a cooling rack on here, and I'm not sure exactly why I do it, but I cover them all up with towels and let them cool. But don't put it directly on something cold. They could crack if it's too cold. You put them on a cold counter or something. And the final product. Ta-da!